see more teams switching to sweeping lenses earlier, because it still seems like a lot of these teams holding on to mass trinket wards rather than switching over multiple people to sweeping lenses.
And the one thing I haven't seen either is very rarely do I see teams upgrade to the pink ward droppers. Out of their ward totems. I actually don't see almost any upgraded totems or trinkets in general aside from the red ones late game. So another one I want to kind of watch and see what teams do with this one. But we are into the game here. TeamForNothing on the red side. Tick, Trick, and Duck on blue. Again, it's a best of one. The winner moves on to top 8 and is going to fight Storm Games Clan in a best of 3 next week.
And once again, everybody starting off with a Doran's item except the junglers. So all supports here looking to fight, and I would expect nothing less. Like we talked about in the beginning here, this matchup of duo lanes is going to be very explosive. I would definitely keep the camera down there looking for the level 2 to see who gets it first, because once that happens, there's going to be a lot of fighting.
There's definitely going to be a whole bunch of it, and that's going to be all kinds of fun. So right now, though, no fighting just yet. These teams both having, at least to start, defensive setups here. Jinx and Renekton kind of scoring off in the bottom river. Mundo and Lucian waiting for engages. The one thing I like is that ForNothing has an Orianna ball as well as a Jarvan flag to scout some of the brush. So they actually have some extra vision with no risk.
And if I was ForNothing, I would not be worried at all, because I've got an Annie on my team. Level 1 Annie is just boss, because she can charge up the stun from Fountain walking over, and an AoE stun coming in for the level 1 fight kind of trumps a lot of pretty much anybody else's, what they can bring to the table.
Pretty much everybody. So good luck with that one. But here we go. The matchups have begun, and it looks like we're going to have actually a double lane swap here. So a 2v2 top lane, pretty safe jungle starts. Both these junglers grabbing red buffs. Standard 1v1 to the mid lane, and here we go. This is where we're going to see the action lane.
And all of these trinket wards being dropped in the river here. 2 blues for the bottom side and 2 reds for the top side. So it's going to be not a lot of the early game gank. If Jarvan starting on that red side does go down bottom, there's 2 blue wards in the river here. You know, they don't last as long as real wards, but it does mean that his first movement, oh, never mind, they just disappeared. So his double buff gank will be unseen.
All right, that's going to be rough. And yeah, there are no real wards at all in anybody's inventory. So I just want to point out like a massive Doran shield start, by the way, for a Tick, Trick, and Duck. They're all like very defensive openings. But here we go. So blue buff picked up by Jarvan. Blue buff started here by the Vi as well. Now slightly faster here for nothing, but in general, yeah, these junglers in a decent spot on both sides.
Now the level 2 attained first by the Lucian Annie is a little bit of bad news there for the Leona lane, because Leona loves to go all in, but being harassed down by the range of that Annie auto attack, not going to tickle too hard. He does have that Doran shield that you talked about for the regen, so they're going to be able to bide their time and just wait for some jungler presence. Because of the lack of wards, the first jungle ganks are going to be very potent.
And here it is, the potent gank. Look there by Vi, but Neki,
so potent right there.
Oh my gosh, forced Neki to run to the right there. Oof, so much opportunity.
He missed a minion right there.
Hey,
so.
Didn't cost Vi much of anything.
Worth.
Walked around on his side in a circle.
Jarvan, however, has spent his time clearing. So, you know, he's already moved up to the top side, and he's working on his next camp.
With the jump in on the Sunny, down to 200 health already. No barrier burned, but the health bar is basically gone. Nice engage there before nothing, and yeah, it's going to be a recall.
Yeah, they're making great use of the level advantage right there. They hit level 3 again before the other duo lane here hits level 2. Really nice initiate there from the support. Now she's got to charge up her stun once again, though. And it's going to be interesting to see how they let the Annie charge up her stun.
Let's see if they let her go for a jump in there. Neki doesn't have it through it now. Snow still on the chase. Command Protect helping just a little bit, but now Orianna is out of mana. That could be a rough spot here for Ori.
Rough spot for Ori, because Vi's coming around for a second gank, even though Jarvan's right behind her.
Yeah, she's going to run away from that one. iNightmare not liking that one quite so much. But actually, you know, already the sweeping trinket actually was the early pickup there for Jarvan. He's certainly looking to get rid of some wards, but they're only coming back from cooldown just now.
Yeah, so that's why I don't like the start with the sweeping lens, because since nobody starts with real wards, the trinket wards are going to be the only things you're going to be clearing out on your first jungle path anyway. So those things don't barely last any time at all. It's not really worth it to me, especially since the cooldown before level 9 on your sweeping trinket is too long. I only like to switch it out maybe on my second back or maybe even third so that it's ready by the time I do hit level 9. But I don't really plan on using it much before then.
And Raven actually forced to run away right there. Nice cleaver, the flash ball breaker as well. This is not looking good for Renekton. He does have flash though. Can he get over the wall in time? He doesn't even try to go for it. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go down. Cleaver lands. First blood going to Phantom Joe. Take trick and duck. Got some tricks up the sleeves.
So he decided not to use it, but Vi had already used her flash. And Mundo was too far behind to follow him immediately over the Dragon Pit. At worst, he would have traded another flash from Mundo because Vi had already used her Vault Breaker as well, not able to jump that wall. But he was a little bit hesitant there, wanted to save his flash, and decided to go down for it instead.
All right, we'll see if that ends up paying off for him having flash later on if Vi tries to show up again. But right now, we look back at this duo lane. We've already had some action here. An 8-minion kill lead to Lucian, thanks in part to that early aggression. These guys have both gone back once, picked up some items.
Oh, she's gained the bush.
Yeah, he's a little alone. Ooh, nice shot, though. All right, let's see if they go for anything. Looks like they're just going to zone each other out.
And he got that cork bottle in the eye there. Could not see her target. No stun comes out. And it's actually a good thing here for the Jinx and Leona to be able to start pushing because they needed to get re-get control of this lane. They're probably going to have to call up some jungle support, though, because anytime you start pushing without wards, especially against a mobile jungler like Jarvan, you're going to have to start worrying about your life.
And Junkozor knows he's not spotted as he's waiting around in the tri-brush, so this could be a gank very, very soon. Flash and stun both up for Annie. His Ignite nearly there as well. And actually, no, Jarvan just backs up. They don't want anything of this, so a completely non-gank despite the push.
Now, it is also worth noting that Jinx has gone for the Vamp Scepter, whereas Lucian is building into the Phage for his Trinity Force. So she has sustain. If they can stay up here and avoid the Jarvan ganks for long enough, any damage that they're able to land is going to be sticking, whereas Jinx is going to be able to lifesteal back up.
And look at that, another fight right here. Leona taking a bit of pain right there. Gonna have to sustain off the Doran's shield right now. And of course, Legend has to recharge the stun as well. So we're starting now the second cycle of jungle buffs right now. Red buffs being picked up, level 6 in the junglers. Junkozor looking top lane.
Yeah, second cycle of buffs also means level 6 junglers, which means explosive fights here. As soon as this duo lane up top hits level 6, somebody is probably going to die. Annie's got the amazing initiate, so does Leona. It's really going to be about who makes the first move and who's got the jungler there to help.
And the jump comes in, flash forced out from Leona, bottom part 3-1-3, gonna get himself out. But now they know, all right, well, we can jump Leona later on with no flash.
That was actually not so bad for Leona there, able to get out with her flash. And even if she doesn't have her flash, the level 6 is still going to be extremely effective from her. The long range from Leona ultimate, she doesn't have to flash to use it. And if she can coordinate that well enough, they'll still be able to get off the kill if he can land the full CC combo.
Well, but of course, with the jungler spotted top lane, it was time for iNightmare to run and try to steal away the enemy blue buff. He did so, but Junkozor realizing that as well, thanks to Oriana's ward, gonna actually trade blues, so both junglers getting the second blue buffs here.
And I also talked about how I pretty much always walk by the bushes on my paths as a jungler. Vi just walks around that little baby bush that Deficio was talking about. I didn't believe it, but I guess like people don't really check that bush as often as you would think, even though she was right there. Doesn't go through, doesn't see that pink ward, so that pink ward definitely really paying off.
Right, maybe Europeans don't run through him. That's how that one works. Deficio knows from his own region. Maybe.
Here we go. Is Leona level 6? There we go.
The jump on in. Legend forcing a flashback. There comes the engage, and there is Vi as well. Legend dropped dangerously low, and that's going to be a kill picked up. 2-0 so far. The Ignite last tick is going to pick up a kill. 1-for-1 so far, but the slow lands onto Sola. Will iNightmare chase? Gets the shield from the passive. Damage coming across. Sunny XX. Oh, the barrier might make this one rough. Sunny,
you better get that
attack.
shot.
But here comes the Jarvan. Does not land much of a slow. Sunny forced to run away. Chasing out of iNightmare, though, does have the red buff here. Is the damage there, level 7.
Has to stay in front of the Jarvan or else he won't be able to get the Q off!
Oh, no, you're kidding me. Only 40 health left, roughly. Health potion ticking, and Vi's gonna survive. 3 for 1 here. Tick, Trick, and Duck with the lead.
Yeah, Tick, Trick, and Duck, like I said, very well played. They didn't need the flash on Leona. Once she hits level 6, you can go for the engage regardless, because if you lock down Annie up there, she's extremely squishy. He landed the CC combo, and they were able to time it with the Vi gank, coming out ahead in the kills, if just barely.
Just barely, but it worked out here. So there we go. Nice pickups. Tick, Trick, and Duck, though, the bottom lane in a fight right here. Phantom Joe popping the Mundo ulti. These guys haven't watched much from them so far, but they're going for pretty standard stuff. A lot of health early on. B taking frontliners. Fairly close minion scores.
Fairly close, but Renekton is definitely a bit more early game oriented than Mundo. So Mundo's pretty happy with the way this one has turned out. He's actually got the lead at this point, and now he's going to get even stronger, going to start outscaling that Renekton.
And that's going to be all kinds of a fun thing then for the blue team here, who've already got the lead in the bottom lane with a 2-kill Jinx BF sword already on her. You know, we talked about really in the early game, TeamForNothing, their win came largely from their bottom lane. It came from the hands of Sola on, it was Draven last time, but now he's on Lucian, and it seems like though he's got the minion kill lead, he's got the mechanics for it, the lane is not going that same way.
Yeah, the CS definitely in Lucian's favor, but 2 kills for Jinx. She's definitely happy with that one. Able to go for the early Bloodthirster as well. Early Bloodthirster, compared to just pieces of Trinity Force, is going to be a lot more effective if they do end up grouping for one of those early dragons.
Ulti coming up from both these top laners, or bottom laners as the case may be right here. These guys trading blows and regenning up as best they can. Looks like Phantom Joe that wants to grab this one.
Yeah.
Ignite is on, and Raven not in a good spot. Goodbye, Cleaver knocks him out. 2 kills now for Dr. Mundo. That is a 1 lane.
Talked about that point where, you know, Mundo starts to get a hold of this lane, and he has reached it. They go for the kill. Only slow lands from the Leona ultimate. That is going to be Annie walking away, though, so they don't have to pay for that one with any deaths.
Snow, he finds the ward. Okay, good. He walked through the brush, saw there was a ward there. Now Phantom Joe getting jumped on, though, inside of turret range, and now he pulls Acro Charmer with the taunt, and that is going to be a kill. Nice job, Jokazor.
Like the taunts in the middle there, too. You like my weapon? Mundo has no option but to just stand in that turret range inside the Cataclysm, goes down. Here's the dive.
And Legend not in a good spot. Drops down Timbers. Good stun, but Bonaparte trying to run away. One more turret shot's not going to bring him down, but Necky's here for the counter gank. Is that going to be enough? Sola is around. Can we get the shockwave? No. Flash by iNightmare. Knows that shockwave is going to be scary. Necky might just try again, though. This could be a rough spot. Sunny XX going to wait around, join the team. Bonaparte 313 is there. Necky dropping so low. Goodbye. That's going to be kill picked up by Leona, and now here comes Snow. This is not good for Sola. Jumps back out of Sunny XX, but not going anywhere. Snow picking up that kill now. 7-2. Tick, Trick, and Duck doing a great job.
So well played there. Leona turning around to come back in and going for the kill. After the cooldown for her stun is up again, she goes in for the chain onto Orianna, and they take another life plus the turret after. Really good job not just being satisfied with the kills and taking the objective on the clear map.
Beautiful stuff. And of course, we've seen this lane over and over again. See that we show up once in a while and they're like kind of at full health, and then when they pop ultis, one of them just drops right away. But Tick, Trick, and Duck, definitely the team in control. And we haven't actually seen a lot of, unlike last game, a lot of Dragon emphasis. We've seen the same lanes, not a lot of rotations. And TTD, I guess the winning team is happy to say, let's just keep playing the laning phase. It's working for us.
It's pretty interesting that there's been so much focus on the AD carry support lanes this time around. We kind of expected it because these are kind of superstar combos for both teams right here. But they've really put a lot of their resources into that top lane. And since both of them opted for the switch, they're really far away from Dragon. Can't get the Dragon after you get your kills up there. Usually going for the turret kill instead. Now they're looking to change their options, though, after they took the turret.
Exactly.
Now it's time for Dragon, which is actually, in this patch, an even better idea. Later the game goes, the more Dragon is worth.
Yeah, 166 gold a person right there for Dragon. So definitely more than it would have been at 3 minutes into the game. Now we're at 14, a bit higher here. And yeah, good rotation. You talked about, you know, they take the turret down, then they pull themselves down to the other side of the map. And in fact, looks like TTD going to leave their dual lane down there.
And Mundo's been able to sneak his way into this middle bush. Here we go down bottom, though, action.
Bonaparte forced to flash away, though, taking a whole bunch of pain turrets. Gonna bring that kill down. Goodbye to Leona. And Renekton forcing back Sunny as well. Good kill pick up there for T4N. Solo forced to flash, but Phantom Joe still on the chase. Culling not even stopping Mundo's regen.
He's regenerating faster than the Culling can do damage.
Yeah, Sola Josh is away again. Can he land? Nope, that's the death. Nice job there, Phantom Joe. Just keeps walking at him. And down goes Lucian.
His zigzags did not work there. Briefcase does find its mark, and the Mundo in the bush finds another kill, so they're able to answer. 1 kill top for 1 kill bottom, and that was actually without the jungler. Here goes the jungler mid.
And, oh, Neki, you are in a very big world of pain. The attack comes through. Snow picks that one up. Thank you very much. Now that is a 2-0 Kha'Zix. That mid lane starting to look real good.
That Orion at mid going against Kha'Zix is looking like she's going for the Zanyas, but didn't build the arm guard half of it first. Actually going with the neatly large rod instead. Probably just had that huge chunk of money on one of her backs, but doesn't have that extra armor, and easily bursted down there by the Kha'Zix Vi combo.
And a nice rotation as well by TTD. They take down the mid lane turret for their troubles, bringing them 2-1 on turrets, 1-0 on dragons, and triple their opponent's kills, totaling a 4,000 gold lead. Even the bottom lane now outnumbered. Sunny just belting out damage there with the Bloodthirster. Looks like it's going to be 3 turrets to 1 now. TTD, big lead.
Big lead, and they've already got 2 sweepers. Probably looking for 1 more. I love sweepers on mid lane assassins like Kha'Zix, because he's going to be roaming around and looking to get into positions where he can join the team fight from the side. So if he's got his own sweeper in his own pocket, then he can make sure that he's not in vision before jumping in.
Yeah, good stuff by these guys. And yeah, getting rid of the vision, making sure they can jump in properly. Making the adaptations early on. 16 minutes for 2 sweepers. I'm going to keep that one in mind. Of course, still only 1 for T4N. Of course, Jokazor started the game with 1. So not surprised to see him have 1 still. When we look at the gold right here, we can see the biggest gold lead is going to be the AD carry 6,000 on Jinx compared to only like 4,700 for Lucian. That's pretty decent.
I like how we've had pink wards in both of the small river bushes most of this game too. There's at least 1 team got a pink ward in each of the bushes here. They're keeping up the vision there, trying to get the amount of vision for the gold that you have to spend on that pink ward. Hope it lasts long enough, but it doesn't see the yellow ward by the dragon. So when that does spawn back up, they're going to have to clear it out with a sweeper.
And you know, we're actually seeing Ravenous Hydra also by the mid lane. I know you talked about the W evolve, but Snow using itemization instead to sweep out the lane.
I'm a real big fan of this Hydra. Well, I'm a big fan of Hydra on any champion, but on Kha'Zix especially, it enables you to clear out minions so that you can get your isolation damage for your Q, which is a huge boost in damage for him. Plus, you can still cast your Hydra activation while you're jumping. The only change was made so that you can't cast the spikes while you're jumping. Woo.
Yeah, that was a close one. Snow barely leaping away from the flag just in time. He's going to be all right there. That could have been scary. He did have flash at least, but still, he didn't really want a Jarvan jumping on you. So, regroup here. It's going to be TT&D sitting there with Dr. Mundo going for the split push. It's going to be Raven sitting there trying to survive against him, but you know, it wasn't working the first times. I don't think it's going to get any better for him.
Oh, here we go. The initiate from Vi.
Jokers are going to get locked up. Beautiful ulti right there by Leona, and the engage is there. Look at all the damage coming across. Shockwave not going to be enough, but Leona now with 2 kills. Bloodthirsty there. Neki forced to run. Nice tank right there, but ooh, the shield. 1 more tick left. Picks up the kill. Phantom Joe taking it with Ignite and just walks away because cool guys don't look at explosions.
They're not going to stop with 1 turret here either, though. They're going to be looking for another objective. Wow. Eyes are big for Baron. That would be a very interesting rush. They were able to take down the jungler, but he's only got 5 seconds left. If he has enough gold to buy home guards, he could make it in time for a steal.
Yeah, and remember that pink ward didn't get swept, so T4N knows about this Baron attempt. They're running across, but they're running through some wards. Phantom Joe also fairly low, no ulti as well. Legend is here with
he wants to go for it.
There comes the Renekton in as well. Phantom Joe dropped dangerously low, but they just can't put enough damage down. Ignite might be enough, but the re-engage is here on the bottom side. 1 kill so far, and looks like T4N forced to scatter right now. Sola likely going to drop down. Double kill so far for Kha'Zix. 2-0 Mundo did live. And look at this, TTD looking good. No other kill picked up by Sunny, just missed that one. Plus the shield anyway.
Ooh, 2 kills only. Not able to pick up the 3rd, but Baron was stopped, so that's a small win there. Jarvan actually didn't get there in time for the steal, so it was a really good move by Renekton going in. But still, 3 more kills just added onto the pile there. There's a huge, ginormous lead here for blue side, and they don't really have to rush back to Baron. You know, they can actually just split again.
Wow, so wonderful things right here, these guys. We can go through the fight again. We can watch that engage.
All right, so Annie, they dropped a bunch of wards over the bottom, or the side of Baron right there, so she could have flashed in to go for the start, but Renekton charges around the open mouth, and he was 1 versus 5 there. So he gets bursted down really quickly, and then since Lucian and Annie were trying to follow up there, but they were so far behind, they kind of get caught out as well in no man's land, and it's only by a very, very small margin that they both don't lose their lives.
Very close one right there, but it's not going to be, I guess, as bad as it could have been. Take Trick and Duck picking that one up. They actually left, that was cute, they left the dragon kill for a Vi so she could use Golem Gold.
No, yeah, exactly. You want to get those conservation stacks because if you have those sitting at 80, you just feel like you're wasting money.
Yeah. It's like buying things on sale. You're wasting money by not buying this right now. Of course you have to. But yeah, in this case, it is free money. You might as well give it away to the jungler right there. Chokazor, 30 gold. It's nice. Getting some money back for sweeping wards with his nice trinket right there. But you're just seeing, and it's just Phantom Joe. Like, he's not really flashy, but he's always in the right spot. He's 4-1-1 now. He's just, this is pushing, and I'm going to win all my duels.
Yeah, he's so beefy. That's why I was saying they can just go back to the split because nobody can solo him right now. They have to send multiple people if they want to stop his split. And even if they do send multiple people, he might be able to 2 versus 1 you. So depending on who you're sending up there, you have to still be really careful.
I feel like he could 2v1 the duo lane. Jarvan Annie definitely think he would beat. So, yeah, he's actually going to have the rest of his team join up. Well, most of them, I should say, because Snow, the Kha'Zix, still staying in this mid lane, but TTD looking to keep the pressure on right now. After mid was shoved, going to group up a little bit. They're certainly controlling this jungle right now. That's at least one of these steps here.
Yeah, getting full vision over the jungle means that they will not get flanked. That's really the hope here for T4N. They want to get a really good engage while TTD are on the turrets. That's only really going to happen if they could flank, but since there's no vision control, too dangerous for them to go into the jungle, and they just kind of have to cower behind this turret as small chips are taken off of it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the Tier 2 turrets do not regen, unlike inhibitor turrets now in the 2014 year. So this damage does stay every time they do take those chips off of it. Nice trinket ward does spot the Mundo waiting around on the side, but still, you're seeing the Snow split push make things very difficult for T4N.
Yeah, it's very hard for them to initiate, like we said before, because they can't get around the side. But also, Mundo is amazing. He can tank a couple turret shots every wave and allow Jinx to get those auto attacks off onto the turret without having to worry about you know, the flash initiate even from Annie. There is no flash up. Even though their opponents are not aware of that, they don't have to worry about it.
And they don't really seem to have to whatsoever. The fight's still coming across. I never wants to make the dive happen. They go in onto Legend. Will they get the shockwave to do anything? Oh, not a goodbye to Annie. Now Raven a bit alone. Can he dash away? Looks like he's going to stick around though with Dominus on. But TTD are basically here as 5 versus 4. That turret will go down. That's another one picked up. TTD still looking great.
Yeah, they've got a huge lead here. It's going to be really miraculous if we see a comeback. Kha'Zix, though, yeah, he's fine. He can just fly away. Yep. Fly away, little birdie.
Little birdie?
Buggy.
Buggy?
Buggy, yeah.
I like Buggy, actually. I'm a fan of that one. Well, take Trick and Duck. They do have ward coverage. You're seeing pink wards and trinket wards and just regular old sight wards. Sight stone wards, that's the one. You know, getting control over this jungle, really. They can run through this area of the map really safely. They know they're not going to get ganked right here. They've owned that side of the map very successfully. It's the jungle we tend to see teams try to control.
Yeah, I'm glad, you know, they did get those 2 real early sweepers, but I'd like to see at least 1 more of them picked up for the Kha'Zix. They are doing a great job of buying multiple pink wards, though, so they are doing a good job communicating between members to establish where they want to have their extra vision, and then using the sweepers to get the blind spots there. Now, though, they have the hardest job, is cracking that final egg, getting into the inhibitors, getting one of those inhibitor turrets down. Once they get that one down, then it's kind of a domino effect. So we'll have to see if they go with the same strategy here, having Mundo take a couple tower hits while they get auto attacks on the turret. or if they try and retreat and bait back to Baron, which has not been successful.
Yeah, you're right. We've not seen any of the teams really do a good job of taking the Baron itself. We did at least see in this game TTD pull at least a kill or two from baiting the Baron and forcing T4N into the fight. But realistically, you're right. These guys haven't done huge game-sweeping moves, just kind of pushing the leads forward slowly but surely. And here they are, pushing another turret down. That's going to be 6. All 6 outer turrets are gone. TTD, sorry, I should say, definitely in a good spot.
All right, so now what we're looking for is the flash tibbers from Annie with stun charged onto a high priority target. If they can get Annie flash tibbering at least either Kha'Zix or Jinx, it'd be great if they could get both, but just take one if you can get one, then they can actually turn this around because both of them can be blown up fairly easily here. Only one semi-defensive item here with the Giant's Belt for Kha'Zix. They can rip right through that as long as they're able to land that stun. Because if Annie can set it up, Jarvan can jump on that perfectly, and then they can combo it with a Shockwave. So they still do have a chance, even though they're so far behind in gold. If they can get the perfect initiation, there's possibility that they could win a team fight.
All right, guys, so keep your eyes peeled onto Annie. Can they get the engage that T4N needs? Red buff successfully given over to the AD carry. It's a good start. Something that didn't happen in last game, but it's happened here. Both AD carries now wearing the red buff. Trinkets going down, spotting out the Baron area. This does seem to be the area with all the tension on it. Wave clear by Snow. He's going to go right back over and say, yeah, I'm going to sit topside.
Yeah, they've still snuck some more vision inside the Baron, so taking another dragon means they'll extend the lead a little bit, but that's not going to get them much closer to taking down one of these inhibitor turrets, which is the real goal here. So unless they go back to buy after this, then it's not that big of a deal. It just sort of denies the comeback mechanic for T4N if they happen to get that really good Annie initiate.
Yeah, so a little bit more gold coming through into the pockets. TTD, how patient do they want to be in this game? Mind you, we're only 26, 45 into the game. This is not a long game by any means. They've been, taking incremental advantages. But I want to see what these guys do to take this one. Ooh, that's going to be actually the steal. Yeah, I steal, I guess, on the Big Wraith. Why not? But it does mean that Smite is down right now for iNightmare. I feel like I wouldn't say go kill Baron when both teams know the jungler has no Smite. But you never know, they could go crazy.
Yeah, and Baron is actually the perfect place for that Annie play that we're looking for. If you all are grouped up inside the pit, then Annie would love to just flash over there and grab multiple people. But that being said, Kha'Zix is amazing at bursting down Baron. So if they're able to hold off the rest of the team, then Kha'Zix can take that Baron down very, very quickly.
You're seeing them try this right here. The Smite is almost back from cooldown.
Vi's not even in there, though. This is smiteless people in Baron. Vi's getting
crazy.
bursted.
iNightmare getting jumped on right there. Does try to jump away from this one. This is going to be a pretty interesting fight right there. It's going to be all kinds of fun. Here we go, guys. Running through the river, and we do have a pause real quick. So, what you like about the Challenger Series, actually. Okay, let's go back. Okay, the fight has begun again. Here we go. iNightmare. Yeah, getting caught in. There's the engage. Actually flashes downwards, and Baron does go down. iNightmare is gone, though. So 1-0 in the fight. Bonaparte forced to run away. There's the Ascension popped as well, and the culling does not quite land, but Ignite finds a second one. So here we go now, 5-3 in this fight, and it continues on. Actually, wow.
They're chasing.
Re-engaging, but there comes Jarvan. He's going to flash away as well. 5 versus 3. And still, look at the chase. Oh my god, goodbye. Snow finds one. Jinx fires back and kills Annie as well. Now 2 for 2 in this fight. That's a slow. Neki goes down. Would you look at that? TTD 3 versus 5 picks up 3 kills.
Talked about this team being nuts.
Look at the chase. Oh my god, goodbye. Snow finds one. Jinx fires back and kills Annie as well. Now 2 for 2 in this fight. That's a slow. Neki goes down. Would you look at that? TTD 3 versus 5 picks up 3 kills.
Talked about this team being nuts. They are crazy. Turn around 3 versus 5. They knew they had the cooldowns, and all the ultimates had been popped here for T4N. Kha'Zix flashes right back in, just a hair's breadth away from Lucian, and it kills him with the Style Ignite for the 1-tick kill.
1-tick kill, and then gets the reset, and continues on. So Inhib goes down, Baron buff on 3 members, and it's 28 minutes in, everyone's respawned already.
All right, so they got 2 of the Baron buffs off, but 1 inhibitor down. We talked about that being the hardest thing to crack here. The door is now open. and TTD have an objective to return to here. So all they have to do is purchase with the money that they just secured after that fight with their 3 main people, the Mundo, Kha'Zix, and Jinx, who were the ones who stayed alive there. And once they can return, you can shove either side lane right now. It doesn't even matter which one, because Baron is going to be down for a long time. It's not even going to be an objective on the map here, so they can pick and choose. It's pretty much just wherever they already have people.
So right now, iNightmare, he's already got people down in the bottom lane there, shoving this one out at least a little bit. But it looks like these guys are going to wait until they all recall, they all capitalize and buy new items, and look at the pickup now for Snow. So Hydra already done, but it's going to be Last Whisper and Black Cleaver. So Armor Pen, he's got that.
Like as we saw in the last game where we had Kha'Zix, I really like this combo because it's a sort of an AD heavy team, and the area of effect physical damage that he's dealing is going to apply that shred for the rest of his teammates. So really like the sort of team-based play here, even though he is an assassin. It looks like the team, though, they're going to shove all of the lanes in right now. So this is a little bit of a tricky situation because if there was a very bold T4N call right now, they could try and pick off one of these side lanes, but that window is just so small, and it's such a dangerous move to go for.
Yeah.
Very, very few teams would make that call, and it looks like they're making the safe play here, going to stay inside the base, try and fight with a turret. They're hoping that with the turret, they can stop the dive of TTD and turn it around.
Yeah, I think that was the pause that we had. This was actually the computer crash from before. We actually we do our pauses kind of in the past because we're streaming them, and so he's actually already back in this one. There's no problems to worry about here. The game continuing on forward. You can see the wave clear. And you talked before about Mundo face-taking a couple of turret shots and about him just regenning in the face of culling. Well, now it's Mundo with Baron buff. Both those things are much easier now. The Trinket Ward up in the front, TTD waiting for the minion wave, and they're going to siege again.
All right, so the first culling is going to be used on the first wave here, and he does clear out the whole one. It'll buy them another 30 seconds, but the same problem is still going to face them here. How can they deal with this ridiculous Mundo? It's going to be so hard for them to get around him. Well, they actually forced the ultimate down from him. Oh, no, they don't. That was just a half-life. He doesn't even have to pop his ultimate. He's regenning so fast without it.
And the bottom lane as well had a giant wave crash into the turret right now. Some damage dealt, not necessarily a ton. The mid lane also forced to be swept out, but look at this. The rotation is enough. TTD jumping in.
They have to go if they're going to go.
And they're going to see if they go for it. It's going to be the jump in onto Snow. Is Snow going to be okay with this one? Putting damage back on Geokazor. That's going to work all right for him. Snow still in this battle, actually. And everyone else kind of ignoring that duel. They're just waiting for the siege to keep going.
They have to go with this turret. If you're going to give up 2 inhibitors to this team that's already 17 kills to your 5 this far ahead, then you're pretty much just waiting to lose now. All right, so this is just going to be a rotation down. Probably going to just go for the Nexus turrets. They don't even have to pick up the last inhibitor. They could play very safe here, though, and get all 3 inhibitors, in which case the counterplay for T4N would be almost non-existent.
Yeah, and one thing I like about TTD is they've got 2 adjacent inhibitors dead. Super minions, they've got a 70 armor MR and 70% damage buff aura. Those stack on fellow super minions. Those things get freaking crazy when there's 2 together. So for what it's worth, that's a very hard to defend next. But mid inhibitor has respawned. There's the bottom lane siege you talked about. It looks like TTD will play safely.
Timely inhibitor respawn here means that they can just rotate over and grab the second inhibitor, and they can get those stacking super minions that you talked about. That's really why I thought that they were going to make their move on that last turret, because 2 inhibitors down is so much more difficult to come back from than 1, and their gold deficit is not going to close here. It's only going to get wider.
I feel like, I agree with you, and I feel like 2 inhibs dead is actually harder in 3.14, 3.15 than it was back in Season 3. I think 1 inhibitor is easier to get back from, but I think 2 is actually harder. In my
yeah, 2 is. I mean, with the changes, you're right. Since the Supermans only come down 1 lane, having 1 inhibitor down, you can deal with if you just turtle there. But here we go. Mundo actually taking the turret as expected,
and he's gonna just take all the damage, maybe not even care. Explosion goes down on 1. That is goodbye to Annie. Snow forced back, but will just barely get dropped down by Raven, but the fight is still going on. 4 versus 4 in the back lines. TTD happy to keep fighting, but Redacted actually doing some work right here, taking up, and Sola still putting in damage. The re-engage from Jarvan as well. Kill picked up on Leona. Phantom Joe knocked up as well, and that's going to be another kill picked up. A little bit late, but T4N picks up some kills. Nightmare. Oh, one hit from Dead and will not go down. Solo, though, forcing the team away.
Mundo kind of looked a little confused there that he was cataclysmed inside the turret, tanking it. And it, it caused sort of the whole team to go a little bit deeper than they needed to. Jinx got halfway through the enemy base there and then had to work her way out. So there wasn't a lot of damage coming while her front line was tanking. And she had to blow her flash to escape with her life there. So a little bit too deep of the dive there, but we've already been over it. They've got the 2 inhibitors down. Even without that Baron buff, it'll be pretty easy for them to return. Annie just gets blown up before she gets to get anything off. But it was an amazing shockwave that causes Kha'Zix to lose his life for the Annie. So it's a really good trade. And that's a Jinx I talked about, got so deep, she was taking a shot from the Nexus turret and had to work her way all the way back out of this fight from the beginning, which meant that her tank line had to soak up all that damage to buy her the time for that escape. And the culling, so close there, not able to land one more shot because it was a very good quick pull by that Vi for the Vault Breaker. Not wasting any time charging it up, just getting the small amount of distance that she needed to get out of range of the culling.
Just a little reflex dodge there, and looks like, once again, it's the same strat. Okay, there we go. Vi actually joins the team to kill Baron now. Last time, maybe a little bit risky to sit outside the pit, but this time, with the 2 inhibs dead, looks like full control here for TTD. This will be a Baron buff going to the blue team. The Vi picking up the smite, and now will they go for the game-winning push?
Right, so now this is the same story as the last push up top, except that there's 2 inhibitors down instead of 1. So it's going to be really, really difficult. The tower's already at half, and this time around, probably we'll be seeing Mundo again tanking the turret, but expecting it this time. And I don't think they'll make the same mistake and dive all the way up to Nexus turret length this time. And they'll probably just be shoving this one in, taking the 3rd inhibitor and rolling that one through to the Nexus.
And here these guys go, grouping up, down for this turret. Sunny gonna put some attacks in there. He's gonna wait for the Baron regen. Yeah, Leona gonna actually tank the turret shots here, but that's not gonna die all that fast with the backdoor bonus available.
You know what's funny is it's actually kind of good that Annie didn't have to use anything in that last fight because Annie still has her flash, so they've got the flash tibbers ready this time around. If Kha'Zix decides to jump in again and they're able to take him out, then they can have the Annie with the flash there. Locking the stun down onto Jinx would be the 2 main targets.
Well, they could try for the 4v5. Snow is sitting in the top lane right here, but that's not going to be the case here. T4N going to take their time on this one, let the top inhib go back down. No one even tries to stop Snow. Mid inhib, of course, we're back up fairly soon again as well. And we've got a little bit of time here with 2 inhibs.
Couple more shots on the turret, whittling it down.
And this is not going to be an engage by T4N. They're going to give away this turret against the Baron buff here. There's the mid inhib back as well. TTD going to take these down. This might be 3 inhibs.
This is definitely going to be 3 inhibs. I'm going to go step out on a limb there and call that one. I think it's also going to be 2 Nexus turrets as well.
What about the Nexus itself? Ooh. Tough call? All right, Kobe's not going to try for this one. We might see what happens the next. There comes the engage. Raven dropped a bit low. There's the engage on, and oh, this could be the game right here. Nightmare dropped dangerously low. He's got to go down. Jinx answers back on Annie, though. The fight is continuing. Renekton's going to drop in one more attack. Yes, that is. Sunny just chasing everybody down. Rocket double kill. Triple kill overall, and now only Jokosaur left. He's going to survive for now, but you talk about 2 Nexus turrets going down. That might indeed be the case. This could very well, it pretty much definitely is the game for Tick, Trick, and Duck. Dropping down everything they can. That's going to be the Nexus laid bare. The kill coming by as well. Is it going to be 4? Okay, really? Wow, okay, that's another kill given away. Jarvan getting kill credit for that one.
Good luck, Jarvan.
But it's a Nexus that really matters. Down to half HP. Team's still not reviving. And these guys are just too tanky. That's going to be the game. Tick, Trick, and Duck, they're going to be playing next week against Storm Games Clan into the top 8 and their chance at the LCS.